soon.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match toilet show on the internet. As you can see, we're homeless at the moment, so we're sitting outside. We thought we'd take the advantage of the good weather, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, it's lovely, mate. Lovely t-shirt.
No pints though, no one's selling any pints anymore, so...
No one takes bloody card.
No, that's crazy. No one takes...
No, what he wanted to do was just take cash in hand, wouldn't he, and put it in his back pocket, that geezer. But, yeah, no pints. Hour and a half fan cam, so that'll explain it. A lot of fan cams today.
A lot of fan cams today, and I think that's fantastic. There's so many people here coming to...
Dom's doing the job for us.
Dom's doing it, yeah. Dom's uploading the fan cam. So, yeah, man. Scott, take us for the starting lineup, mate.
Do you know what? Going back to the fan camp, it was nice to see everyone. You know, it's my first game back, so this is great. What a great performance, but hey ho. Fabianski in goal, Soufal right back, Dawson and Bonner in the centre, Creswell left back, Rice and Souček as two main midfielders, and then attacking four of Ben Rama, four now was Bowen and Antonio up top.
It's funny, you know, with how thin our squad is, it's just the same. Whatever else can we put out?
Yeah, we might as well clip that.
Yeah.
And just run it at the front of every game.
We've said it before, though, haven't we? Starting 11-wise, we've got a great team. You know, they looked a bit tired today, didn't they? We spoke about it last night on Friday Night Pint. Palace are this sort of frustrating team, and they always seem to frustrate us. And they always seems like they get a result here, we get a result at their ground. It's been like that for a long time now, but... I know we're talking about the game, but yeah, starting lineup was it is what it is.
That is it. That's the best we've got to put out. You know, you've got players that can come in and do a job. You know, we've got some quality on the bench, but you've not got quality that's going to change a game. And for me today, that's what showed. You know, the lack of depth and the lack of quality that we've got is the reason why we didn't win that game.
I mean, before we get into the game, I do want to get into that a little bit later, but. Just really quickly answer before we go detailed later on. Do you think that could be the catalyst now for people to start getting the arsehole? Because I didn't see a lot of people moaning today about the result and all that. We've had a good start to the season. We had a good last season and all that sort of thing. But it has highlighted it so much that we haven't got anything. Like, I'm looking at the bench today, and the fact that Moisey spent to the 80th minute before he made a sub, it makes me think that he thinks there's no one there that's gonna do anything.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I'm thinking, you know, why
are you sitting like that, man? You're making me nervous.
I'm sorry. You might
as well spring up.
I want to see Scott's smiling face.
I will spring up if I see another rat around Randy, I'll tell you.
But you think, who do you want to take off out of this team to bring on for someone else? Like, we've got pretty much the best level we can put out, and there's no one else going to give us something really different, is there, that you can bring on? That's the problem.
When you look at that, right, you look at the substitutions that you're looking to bring on, is that more the fact that we've got a point, you don't want to lose the point, more than we need to go on and win the 3 points?
I think Moyes wanted to go and try and win it with what I think he wanted that.
I feel that if Moyes wanted to go on and win the points, he does them substitutions 10 minutes earlier.
Nah, bollocks.
But do you think those substitutions win the game?
I disagree with that, Scott.
But you change the system. You tinker with the system. Palace changed the system in the second half and dominated.
Yeah. So why would you have changed the system?
Go two up top.
With what?
Yarmolenko up top.
Antonio.
Yep, Yarmolenko and Antonio.
I mean,
what else have you got to do? There's no faith in players like Odebeku, coming off the bench. So if you're not going to do that,
you look at the system. It was frustrating more than late in the second half. We're going to get to it, but we did create that really good chance near the end. It could have been the winner.
Oh, of course,
the same system, and it was that Antonio and Ben Rama link up.
Yeah. The thing is, look, right, I'm not going to sit here and criticise too much. At the end of the day, we're sitting here 3 games in, 7 points, still top of the league at the moment while we're filming this. So we can't be too negative. But if you look at it on a game-by-game basis, then we're going to pick up the negatives in this performance. And there was a lot of negatives today.
Frustrating individual performance.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we only judge players on game by game. And today, I think, I said it to Nicky, I think Soufal it was poor from him today. His final balls, he was over-hitting the balls. And I don't like criticising him. But I think Souček was non-existent. I didn't even realise he was playing. That's probably one of his poorest games, but maybe we're being a bit harsh.
I think Soufal was good defensively.
Yeah, defensively it was going forward.
Quiet,
yeah,
right? But yeah, offensively, crossing was terrible.
Yeah, it was going forward was a bit of a problem for. He was over-hitting the ball, but I don't like to criticise him, and I don't think the players really. We can't really criticise them that much what they've done in the first 3 games.
The problem is, mate, is in any side. Like you look at City. in the first game of the season against Tottenham. They had 5 or 6 players that just weren't at it. You know what I mean? Like, and you see Tottenham at times, they just have 5, 6 players that are not at it. You see Man United, this happens to the best of the team. But what they have, them sort of teams, is they can look at the bench, right? Look at Man United, and look, I'm not comparing us to Man United, right? I'm not comparing us to, but even if you look to Villa, you know what I mean? Like, Villa have got a couple of people on the bench, right? They've got Ings and Watkins, right? So they can start Ings. If Ings ain't quite firing, they look at the bench and go, right, Watkins. You know what I mean? Let's have a go with Watkins, yeah? You look at Man United, they've got Ronaldo now. They're going to look at Cavani. You look at, even down to fucking the newer promoted teams, I guess. Like, but the thing is about our bench is that there was just Ben Rama wasn't quite there. He was good, but he wasn't what he'd been. Right, Rice wasn't quite there. Souček definitely wasn't there. Soufal definitely wasn't there. Cresswell not as effective as he normally was. Right, Bowen put in a great shift, but look. I think he was a little bit unlucky with the bounces and all that sort of thing. I think they was getting a lot of the second balls by luck.
Bowen's a weird one for me, and I don't want to dislike Bowen or anything like that, but I keep trying to watch for Bowen to see what he really does.
I love Bowen.
I thought defence, he puts in a shift, don't get me wrong, and I thought he put in a great tackle defensively. But I'm trying to look for key passes, like key important things that he's doing in the game.
He does do them. They're just
don't
subtle.
Stand out.
Yeah, they're just subtle. But I'm just saying, like, you're going to get them games where 5 or 6 of them players ain't on, and that is the problem. Yeah, especially with, like, I think next month or the month after we've got something like 14 games in 29 days. For a club like us with 11 players, that is going to be a problem. And and I don't want to keep on harping on about it. I've said my piece earlier on in the season, and we've had this discussion, and we're waiting to. Now it's getting to the end. We've got 3 days left now. How they've left this club that thin when we're in this position, and like, do you know what? I'm really enjoying it here at the minute. I'm really enjoying coming to games. I'm really enjoying watching the team, but that can all change in an instant.
Yeah, it only takes 1 or 2 defeats for the atmosphere to completely change.
I don't even think it's 1 or 2 defeats. Right? It's 1 or 2 players get injured, and then it's not going to be that negativity towards the team. It's going to be the negativity towards, the focus is going to be solely on them. And again, just their incompetence of running this football club, like. Zuma's he's got to sign, you know what I mean? They've got to get him over the line. He's got to be announced tomorrow.
There's rumour they're trying to get him in a loan instead.
Yeah, but this is the thing, but this is not the first time they do this sort of thing.
They've done it with Ben Rama last season.
They've done it with Ben Rama, they've done it with Sacco, if you remember back then. They try and change the deal last minute. It is not the time at this moment in time to be fucking about with these football clubs, because we're on the fucking cusp of it. You know what I mean? We could get to the last day and sign no one, and we'll be like four injuries and we're in trouble.
Yeah. I think the game was crying out for a Zuma today. You know what I mean? If you had a Zuma,
no, I wouldn't say that. I don't think any game even calls out for a defender.
No, yeah, I think Dawson was poor today.
Dawson was a bit shaky. I think Ogbonna was. If I was to pick anyone today, I thought Ogbonna had a really good game. He looked solid. The only thing with Palace is they're so tall, and they was winning every header. They was winning every second ball. Yeah. It's like they wanted it a bit more. And to be fair, I think we're talking about how poor some of our players were. I think that's down to Palace's hard work. I think they worked hard all over the pitch today.
You've got to give them a lot of credit.
I'll give Palace a credit. We said it. Yeah, we said it on Friday Night Pint last night that they're a team that will frustrate you, and they always seem to do it to us. And look, they've got their first point of the season, their first goals of the season. But yeah, it was. It's just one of them games, But look, 7 points out of the first 3 games, we'd have all taken that. In pre-season,
in that game towards the end, I was thinking, if one team looks like they're going to win it, it was Palace.
And they probably deserved it.
The problem is that we didn't exploit their weaknesses. That's the big thing we didn't do. They dominated in the air. We're trying to play long balls. We didn't get Ben Rama on the ball enough. We played too direct at times.
To be fair, mate, the one time we did the first goal, and what a goal that was!
But that's what I'm saying. You see that?
We cut them to pieces.
I said to Dan, if you look how they set up in the first half, the amount of space that we had on the left hand side, Zaha wasn't.
Zaha, where do you fucking wish we had him now?
Zaha wasn't tracking Cresswell's run. So the amount of space that we had, Ward, if you go back and watch that first half, the amount of time that a player drifts onto the left hand side, and Ward is there, he sees the player in front of him and he sees Cresswell coming, and Ward was so confused who to go to because Zaha's not tracking back. We didn't exploit them spaces. We got dominated in the midfield. Souček was non-existent. Rice was piss poor in this game.
The kid from Chelsea was good though.
Yeah, he was, but the problem is you've got Rice and Souček. We are nullifying Souček at the moment. How many times did Souček burst into that box to get on the end of the cross? He didn't, because we are tactically today. We got it wrong. We got it wrong. Totally got it wrong. Absolutely, and that's the thing. As I said, I'm not going to criticise the performances from the season so far. I'm looking at today's game and what we got wrong, and we got a hell of a lot wrong. The players individually, the final ball weren't good enough. Bowen, fantastic player. His end product is piss poor. He needs to improve his end product. You saw it against Newcastle. You saw it again today when he makes that run. His final decision, the decision making sometimes of these players, that ball that Antonio had to play to Ben Rama right at the end, it was a poor ball.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's me focusing on today's performance. That's not criticising anything else that's gone on in the previous 2 games. I'm happy. We're sitting, as I said, top of the pile, 7 points. I'm happy with that. I didn't think we'd
You
be
would
in
have
that
took
position.
7 points from first.
Massively,
Oh, of course.
massively. But I'm looking at the individual errors that we made today and the tactical errors that we made today from a footballing point of view.
You say that you said that game's calling out for a Zuma. That game's calling out for a Lingard. Lingard picks up the ball there,
you can't defend the way we defended.
You can't defend the way he defended. But I think he gives them a lot more. I think he's got a lot more intelligence in them areas.
Yeah. He's a lot more direct as well.
Yeah, he's a big game player, isn't he, Lingard? And that's something that he showed a lot last season for us. That he'll pick the ball up and he'll make them runs and he'll make that final pass and he'll create something. And I'm
the ball from outside.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get him in before Tuesday.
We've got to, right?
Yeah, I know, but
we're coming down to the very
Ronaldo going to United now. I said it last night, mate. It might sway him to want to stay there for his final year and play with Ronaldo because it's.
But I can't think that he's really going to get a look in because they've got Ronaldo, Sancho, Martial, Bruno. They've got all of these players that can play. Greenwood. Players can play either up front on the wing. I can't see him getting.
He's not going to get a look in.
He'll only play Carabao Cup or something.
It's what he wants as a football player. He can sit there for his final year, earn a lot of money, probably end up maybe getting a trophy. But what he wants to do, he's 28 now, 29. Come here, he'll be loved.
But we've got to put the bid in. We've got to pay the money. That's the problem.
To be fair, I think what they're doing is they're holding out to deadline day to try and get him on loan, so they ain't got to pay for him. That's honestly what I think.
But United won't do that.
No, they may do that if we do like what we did with Ben Rama, what we did with Dawson. You loan him and then sign him in January.
I'd go and try and get 2 from United because I think they're over. When you look at Ronaldo,
get Ronaldo as well.
Martial,
and I would have a go.
They're not going to let Martial go.
Striker. I think they've got a lot
down in the pecking order. I think this season.
Yeah, he's not going to get a lot. I'd go for 2 of them. I would go for 2 of them just to see if we can get them in.
Martial can play up front as well.
Yeah, that's what I was playing.
We've got to play on the fact that we've got European football to offer. That players are going to get games. You've got to go and someone said in the comments last night, like we said on Friday night, Billy Gilmore turned us down because went to Norwich. He's going to get game time.
Yeah.
But we've got European football. Players are going to get game time.
Yeah, but it depends how much game time. Someone like Martial is going to play. I think he's going to play. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying that he's even viable. But I'm just saying, give it a go because we need a couple.
Yeah.
And you've got to look
and he's flexible because if we need to, we can play him on the wing. If we need to, and we've got them.
I just think, but how we've got striker-wise, how we've got to now. With still no backup striker or even it doesn't even look like we've attempted to sign one, and that's the worrying thing. But how we've got to now, we've been sitting on that Haller money since January. Yeah. It's not like it's been May. It's been January. We've been sitting.
It's not even that. It's the fact that you're seeing teams who at the start of last season you would say are on par with us signing quality strikers, with Villa with signing Danny Ings, and you sit there and think we've got a lot.
That's a big must opportunity.
We've got a lot more to offer than what Villa have got to offer.
Yeah,
and a player of that quality goes to
project
Villa.
Though. Yeah, and I think that's the problem with the with the signing the players. I don't see a lot of players thinking that there's much going on at the club because there's
what?
That's a rat.
Fucking told you, man. It's full of rats around here, man. Size of that cunt, he was like Steph.
Oh, go and deal with it. Let's sort it out, Scott.
Yeah, go on. So, anyway, go on.
Yeah, but what you're saying there, right? When you look at the plan, there is a plan.
It's coming.
Fuck on. It's not, is it?
It's not, is it? Good.
Sake.
You know, signing the goalkeeper on loan with a thingy to buy at the end of the season. That's a plan going forward. That is.
Don't fuck about. Come on, man. I want to get home.
Sorry.
That's a plan going forward. Of Fabianski's coming towards the latter stage of his career. You've got a decent keeper there. Bring him in on loan. Sign him next season. You've got an already made replacement. Zuma, if the deal's over the line, Zuma's 26-year-old. He's a solid centre half. He is a replacement for Dawson. They're still looking at Diop. Diop's going to be your replacement for Bonner. So it's forward thinking in that sense. But the problem is that we've got so many players now that we need a replacement for Mark Noble. We need a replacement for Yarmolenko. We need another striker. Because we haven't.
We need to look at
someone said it on the fan cams. We haven't replaced a player like Kaleri. Do you know what I mean? We signed Hilaire.
Chuck a dustbin on there.
But we had Hilaire and Antonio. Yeah. Now we've just got Antonio. This is the thing.
We had Hernandez once.
But that's it.
Carlos Tevez once.
I think the big thing we obviously need to sort out defence, because we've scored 10 goals in 3 games, we've conceded 5 goals in 3 games.
The problem with the goals that we've conceded, and I think this goes through all the goals, right? If you go through the goals today, that first one, I still don't know what the fuck happened down there. It ain't moving down there, man. I don't like this.
Don't worry about it. They're not going to come because you're up here talking. Don't worry. They're not going to pop out and go, "Hey,
They might.
Scott would deal with them.
But what I'm saying is that. The goal we conceded today, the first goal especially, was very, very poor. Second goal, again, he got a lucky deflection, but it's very, very poor. But you look at the two at Newcastle, poor defending for both of them. The one at Leicester.
You look at
too much space in the box.
I didn't see the first goal, so I can't comment on it. But the second goal, you look at the fact that he took a touch, turned, and got his shot away. As a centre half, I think it was Dawson. I could be wrong, but he's going to be pissed off in himself that he let that happen. You don't give that player that amount of space to do that in the 18-yard box. And, it's frustrating. You've kept players like Zaha quiet, in a game. And let's be honest, you look at the Palace squad, he is the best player that they've got. And we've kept him quiet. We've kept him stum. And
I don't know. I think that kid from Chelsea run the show.
But that's what I'm saying. You've then let someone else, and it's just... It's just so frustrating that the way we threw that game away from a winning position.
It's a frustrating game today. As we said, we can sit here and be negative about the players,
I'm not.
No, we can sit here and slap, but I don't really want to slate them that much because they've worked so hard the first 2 games. They're gonna look. We're not going to win the league. We're going to drop points.
We're going to get games like this, right? You've got to accept that we're going to get.
Of course
games
we are, mate.
But
when I looked at the opening fixtures, mate, I thought, fuck me, if we get a point against Palace, I'll be all right because we're going to lose the first 2.
You look at other teams, Man United and stuff like that. Teams go against. Was it Watford or something?
We still ain't lost. We have an international break now. Hopefully, everyone comes back fit, and then we go again against Southampton, and then hopefully there's a couple of new faces in the squad going into that Southampton game.
Attacking wise, we're doing really well. We're scoring goals. We're working the goals really well as a team.
10 goals, 3 games. Going forward, we can't complain. It's just we need to tighten up at the back. But as I said, I'm not being negative on the start of the season. I'm just looking at the negatives from today's game.
Do you think you have to be? Because you can't be full of praise for the good performances and then bypass the poor performances.
There's no point us coming on here analysing the game.
There's no point.
The other thing that's frustrating me at the moment as well is set pieces. Yeah. We're looking very, very shaky at set pieces.
Even us taking corners and free, we didn't beat the first man today.
Nah.
And I thought we got over that because especially the first 2 games of the season, Creswell's balls he's been putting in has been unbelievable. But look, everyone has an off game,
I don't even think it's complacency either. I just think it was
It's very unfortunate.
It was one of them games when everyone just seemed to be a bit off.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just that. I think it resonated from the first couple of minutes is that nothing just didn't seem to drop for us.
No.
It was one of them days where, like I said, when you look back at the game, look at the final balls, they were just either slightly overhit or slightly underhit. It was one of them games. It's just frustrating throwing it away.
Deflections ain't going your way. Second balls, they're picking them up before us. We're playing. Look at that time when Antonio went through, and he could have played. It was Bowen, wasn't he? He was cleared through, but he tried to play in Benrahma, and then right at the end when he put that ball in for for Ben Rama as well. You know, on another day that goes straight to Ben Rama and he puts it in. But look, I'm not going to complain. 7 points.
We didn't lose.
No, we didn't lose, and as I said, we're going to this international break. Hopefully, when we come back against Southampton away, you know, we'll have a couple of new faces in the door, and we can go again. We can go again before the next international break.
We need the competition so that complacency never does creep in, because you think, shit, someone else is waiting there to start.
I'll be honest again today. I said this on. I think I said it in the preview that when I look at Antonio now, I see a striker there. I don't see a winger.
Yeah. I agree.
And I think his finish
today.
His finish for the second goal.
Yeah.
Shows how much now he's improved.
Yeah.
As a striker,
he's adapted, isn't he? And he's taking it in his stride now.
Second goal, any striker would have been proud of that.
Yeah, even when you look at his 2 goals the other night, especially his second one. When he's taking that touch and it on the half volley, like he's becoming that all-round striker that you want, and he will bully. There's going to be a lot of games where he bullies his defence this season. Fuck off, man, with your rats.
And when you look at the
There's a wasp.
when you look at the first goal, you know the quick interplay that he had there. If you go back, I think 5 minutes previous, he had the opportunity where he cut in from the right and he could have laid it back to Ben Rama, but he tried to shoot. You know, and
he learned from that.
Yeah, but it's not only that. Like someone said sitting in front of me, as a striker, if you're confident, you're going to have that opportunity. But then it showed the intelligence that he has. That the second time he had that opportunity, he laid the ball off. You know, he played the pass instead of trying to take shots. Yeah. And I've been really impressed with Antonio over these first 3 games. Really impressed
50
with
Prem
him.
goals for him now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hammer of the year so far.
First 3 games.
I think he's the most transformed player that we've got.
He'll keep improving. As long as he stays fit, he'll keep banging in goals from week to week.
It's the annoying thing is that it's one of them where if he stays fit, he'll get 15 goals, 16 goals this season without fail.
Like I said, we just need to make sure that, look, he can have confidence going forward, because we tighten up at the back, he can just go forward, do his... Because do you know what was so disappointing? We got that goal and I was buzzing, and it almost instantly, wasn't it? I didn't even get to fully celebrate the flipping goal because of, you know, how quickly we conceded after that. It's like, they always say you're most vulnerable just after you scored, wasn't it? And that showed.
Yeah, I think if we held that out and didn't concede, we might have gone on to win this game.
I thought that was the winner.
Yeah, but no, it was a great atmosphere in there as well again today. You know, Palace fans were decent as well. You know, they made a noise. And
I thought we were brilliant though, because each time that we conceded, the fans got straight behind them.
But do you think that it's playing on our mind a little bit with all of this fucking bollocks that they were saying about, you know, we're a negative impact and all of that sort of thing? Because the last couple of games I've been here, there's positives to be out, but there's no negativity in there. There's no one moaning and groaning when we're conceding goals. There's come on West Ham, come on West Ham. Yeah. There was no booing at the end.
There was little bits of frustration.
Of course, it's frustrating, but
that's with the way that we've
even like
lost the game, not lost the game. The way we was ahead twice and didn't win the game. You know,
even like with the GSBs thing, I didn't hear no one really singing that, and you know, it's just like, let's get behind the team while we're here. You know, so this can be a great place.
You think it's starting to feel a bit like home? You think?
I was thinking it's getting a little bit more.
Do you think
like
absence has made the heart grow fonder?
Yeah, I mean,
I think so.
Yeah, you
like the way I pulled that one out.
You know, you like appreciate it, don't you? Because you never know when it can be taken away from you again. So you come here now and treat every game like it's your last.
And that's it. It's the last 18 months of not being able to come over here. You know, today was my first game back, bumping into people you haven't seen in nigh on 2 years. Yeah. You know, it's good. You know, but
it's that part of it, isn't it? Like,
yeah. The thing is, at the end of the day, you sit there and can say, "I don't feel it's home." Whether you like it or you don't like it, this is home now. This is where we're going to be. This is what we've got to get used to.
May not be as good as our old home, but it's a new home, and it's what we've got.
Excellent.
And it's always the people. It's the people that you're with, isn't it? It's people that you're with. You know what I mean? I've got you guys. Obviously, Jace has got a season
it's been wonderful seeing people. I mean, the amount of people that come and done fan cams, come say hello to us today. I mean, I must have said hello to 200 people today that just come up to us. You know, new and old, you know, people that I ain't seen for a long time, and then people have just discovered us because they had so much time during lockdown and things like that. It's been wonderful, and I'm really enjoying the sort of revival of the home crowd, because I thought home crowds in the Premier League have gotten a bit flat. if I'm quite honest with you. And I'm enjoying now, you know, the only time normally there's a bit of noise in there is if people punching each other's faces in. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Wait till the middle of December when it's freezing cold.
No, I understand, but I'm just saying, I'm enjoying it, and I think that's resounding.
Oh yeah. No, everyone, even outside today, like the atmosphere outside the ground, like everyone's like standing behind having a drink, you know, chatting with their mates. You know, I see people in there that I haven't seen for a long time. The only way I've communicated with them is like on Facebook or something like that, or WhatsApp. So it's nice to see some old faces.
Just make, you know,
It's you know, I didn't get to come to Leicester. And
you missed a great game.
I know. I watched it. I watched it on the telly.
Fuck off next time. Yeah.
Scott's back. We draw.
I was up at Newcastle, so you know it's all right. Listen, watching that game on the TV. I've seen this at home before on the telly since we've been here. That the atmosphere you could tell from the TV was the best atmosphere that we've ever had at this place.
Yeah.
You know,
it was rocking on Monday.
Yeah, that's it. And
do you know what I think helps as well? We're playing such good football. Like the football is entertaining.
The thing is, as well, you wake up on a match day and you're looking forward to going to the game because it is the team. You're looking forward to seeing the team.
I think, like,
whether you love this stadium or not, you know you're going to come in and watch the team.
What a lot of these reporters don't understand about West Ham as well is you don't have to just look at the promises that we've been made and the way we've been fucked over and lied to and all of that. They seem to bypass all that. But you're paying, they want to call us this, we're paying customers here. If you're turning up here and it's a load of shit, if you went to fucking like the pub and they served you up a fucking like a pint that looks like a pint but fucking tastes like dishwater, what are you going to turn around and
That's
go?
Foster's.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? You're not going to turn around and say nothing. Like, we want to be entertaining. And some of the shit that's been served up to us in this stadium has been absolutely fucking diabolical.
Yeah.
And any team in this country, look at Arsenal now. Go to the Emirates on whenever their next playing it. You think they're going to all be sitting there going, let's get behind the team? No, of course they're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because their team's playing absolutely fucking diabolical.
It's an entertaining game of football.
That's good to see, by the way.
Yeah, the thing for me is that I've said this before. It's this team has a belief that they're not beaten. You know what I mean? You know, they're there trying.
There.
Yeah, exactly. You know, even today we still we had enough chances to win this game.
I think the difference between like other teams that we've watched over here is that this team believes in the manager and the manager believes in them, and that's the thing. That's what we've been lacking a lot of. And
if we can just get a couple more, 3 or 4 more signings in that door before Monday, which I'm not holding much hope for now, but
well, you know, I can imagine after the game today they'd be working on at least 1 or 2. They've got to get Zuma in.
I don't know why they've left it too after.
Yeah, I know.
As I said, when they're going to go back, they're going to look at this game back. They're going to look at the defensive errors that we made, and the players themselves are going to be kicking themselves at the fact that they've made their mistakes and allowed the team back in. You know, they don't need Moisey sitting there going, you should have done this. They know themselves, and it's the belief that this squad's had, and I feel that the fans have got a belief in the squad and in the manager that we're going to put things right. We're going to keep pushing forward and grow it. And that's something we've not had in this side for a very, very long time. To be fair,
like, they kept a smile on our face last season when we couldn't be here, and they performed well last season. So we're going to get behind them home away, and then hopefully we can drag this lot through till the end of the season, and hopefully we finish back up the right end of the table.
Be nice. I mean, look, we all. I don't know.
Told you to believe in him.
To draw live, but look, I did the live thing, and everyone was pointing. I had a big smile on my face. I was so excited.
It was good.
I watched it, but I didn't have it on. I didn't have the volume on, so I had to watch it in work. And even now, they was pulling every ball out, and I was thinking, please be West Ham. And it was like, they left us right to the end, didn't they?
But when he said West Ham, it was
it was the most European draw I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, they dragged them things out, didn't they? Fucking hell.
Do you
know what? I was thinking to myself,
it's a spectacle. At the end of the day, he's pulling fucking plastic balls out of a fucking.
I couldn't work out what they was doing. They kept moving it all around and saying this, that, and the other. Because I can't hear what's going on, I'm just thinking, what the fuck are they doing?
They've got 2 people doing the balls. They've got 2 people. They kept on cutting back to him and they go, who's Ajax going to be playing? I don't know. There's some great teams like Lazio. Who's Lazio going to be playing? I was thinking, come on, mate, just fucking pull the balls out. You know what I mean?
And they started doing all the people that would come out do the balls. They're giving us their life story, like showing all the comments. I'm like, I don't care.
What, like when we went Lazio away and it took them 3 hours for the
Van Halen jump, yeah. But it was just an in seeing like, all right, who's going to be in our group, and
it's exciting.
it was,
I can get used to that.
Yeah, when don't get me wrong, when they pulled our name out and it said West Ham United and England, and like I had a little buzz. I was thinking, fucking hell, like we're mixing it with some of the European elite, you know. And then if we get through, you know, some of the Champions League teams then drop into it, and then that's what you want to do. You want to compete against these big teams. It's what we moved here for, to do that. So, you know, we failed the last 2 times. It's the first time I've ever been group stage. So
yeah, and if we can get out of that group stage, mate.
And this is it. This is the opportunity for this club to take a big step forward.
But
this
look who's wearing the boots.
That's the thing is that and that's it, mate. It's like you're taking a big step forward with a bungee cord attached to your back. You know what I mean?
The thing is as well is that like we know that if even if we don't get out of this group, you know, we'll still be proud of the team, and then we go again next season. We try to qualify again. But this group, if I could pick any group to be in, you'd pick that group, because that's a winnable group.
This is why, right? If some people are saying, "Oh, we can play the youngsters or the fringe players,"
No,
we have to go strong on this, because we have, apparently, if you win the group,
you go straight. You go automatically last 16.
So
that's my birthday as well. Better do it.
The thing for me is that the group.
It's gonna be hard though.
Of course. I mean, Astragugu and fucking
no disrespect to the teams that are in it. If we can go out there and win them first 4 games, them last 2 games you can play the youngsters in, because you should qualify.
Scott.
You should qualify.
All right, Scott. Fucking hell, man. Just give us the trophy now, mate. Go on, Scott.
It's you're not looking at them teams. You know the teams there. You know some. You know, you look at Zagreb. You know they've got a good history. They're a decent side.
Yeah.
But it's a game where you're not sitting there thinking, oh no, they're going to wipe the floor of us.
Yeah,
you know, you're going up against a side that. Yeah, you can get a result.
That first European night game over here is going to be special.
mate,
It's going to be special.
I've still got to get my tickets, mate.
I'm doing
I've got to do mine tomorrow.
But yeah,
75 quid all in.
Yeah,
I'm not too displeased. I just hope. I just fingers crossed. Like I'm
Southampton.
I'm not expecting, but I'm fucking. I might as well beg and you know that we're going to get a couple of players, but I'm not hopeful.
Yeah, it'd be a nice surprise for you. It's like waking up. You remember when you weren't expecting that PlayStation for Christmas all them years ago? You woke up and you had it. That's what might happen on fucking Tuesday.
I'm confident, because look,
Did your mum? Wait. Talking about Christmases, right? I know this is more of a Friday night, but did your mum ever try and like convince you that she couldn't get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they got a big smile on their face and there's a box that's shaped like a PlayStation.
Yeah, my mum even I couldn't get that, but they're smiling.
Yeah.
I've already seen it in the bedroom for 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was in the back of your wardrobe, mum.
No, it's like when they put a box. They put it in a box inside of another box inside of another box. You sit there and open it up and think, oh, hang on.
They done that to my brother with wrestling. He was really into wrestlers. He wanted all the wrestling toys. And she put it in like a cigarette box. And he thought she bought her like 800 snout.
I bet he'd take that now. Gary, love 800 snout now. Fucking hell.
Thanks.
Kids.
Hopefully that's what they're doing, Golden Sullivan, with the transfers. I think we've only signed a goalkeeper on loan so far. I'm sure they're going to get some players in.
Someone else.
And yeah, so deadline day, we're probably going to do some sort of live thing near the end or something. We'll do some stuff for
It shuts at 11 o'clock, doesn't it?
Yeah. So we'll probably book from about 7 to 11. Probably sitting around twiddling our fucking thumbs.
Waiting for that yellow. But whoa. Oh, West Brom. I thought you said West Ham.
Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV's post-match pint. As you can see, we're homeless at the minute, but we are working on getting a home. So keep up to date. We've got a little international break now. Southampton away, then we're back in for Man United, which is a midweek game, isn't it? No, the weekend. The midweek one is the one for the cup, isn't it?
Yeah, the Carabao.
But yeah, so we're going to find a new home. But thank you very much for joining us. If you're new around here, subscribe. Go and check out our merchandise. Link is in the description down below. If you want to get your new European t-shirts, they're right there. Anything else left to say, boys?
Just one thing, innit?
Had a great day.
Just one thing left to say.
Come on,
Irons.